Arkansas. Meteorologist Danielle Moss and myself have been watching supercells develop for hours, Oklahoma into Arkansas, and now there is a tornado emergency that has been issued for a tornado likely on the ground near Little Rock. Not quite in Little Rock, but just north of Little Rock right here. And we are getting some impressive velocity scans and returns, winds over 100 miles an hour, hail the size of baseballs. This is a nasty storm, and we have to watch it carefully because if it continues on its track and maintains its momentum and strength, we're talking affecting some of our counties in our coverage area in eastern Arkansas within the next hour to hour and a half if it holds together. Now, certainly we hope it does not. But this storm means business, and there's likely a tornado on the ground. Like I said, National Weather Service out of Little Rock issued a tornado emergency. Danielle, we've been watching this thing for hours now and just watching it getting stronger and stronger. It's a big deal when a tornado emergency is issued.
That's right, John. I've only seen a tornado emergency one time, and that was when I was working in Chattanooga, and it ended up being an EF3 tornado. They issue these, National Weather Service issues a tornado emergency when they expect this to be on the ground, when they anticipate a lot of danger for the people that live in that area. So this is definitely a big deal, especially if you know anyone that lives in the Little Rock area or along the path of this tornado. Like John says, we have been watching this pretty much since 12 o'clock this afternoon. We've been watching the weather move through Arkansas. A lot of these are just isolated thunderstorms that have turned into supercells that are now producing tornado-like weather, and that is very concerning all across the South. This is the fourth week that we've been, watching severe weather. April is the month for that, but today's not the end of it. Especially for this week. Tomorrow we have another chance, as well as Wednesday. So the best thing that we can tell you is to make sure that you already have a plan in place. Make sure that you have your tornado plan already together, where you're going to go, what you should do with your family. Make sure your shoes are in place because it's nighttime now. We're about 30 minutes before 9 o'clock. Go ahead and have those plans put together. You want to make sure that you are being safe and that your family is safe as well. Not everyone's going to see rain from this. In fact, these are just isolated cells that are popping up that we're keeping our eye on as they inch closer and closer to the Mid-South.
Yeah, and a couple of things here also to point out. First of all, we're not under a watch right now. That could happen, to be honest with you, at any minute. But one new development here that has occurred within the last half hour is that the Storm Prediction Center has expanded their risk area further east into our region. And they have upped our threat level for the rest of the night and into the overnight hours to a level 3 now for parts of the region. So that's that is a sign that things could get a little bit worse. In fact, Danielle has the most up-to-date map here, and it is expanded not a lot, but it is expanded a little bit further east, and also the slight risk has been expanded as well. Memphis and Shelby County, DeSoto County currently under a level 2 risk, but look, we're right on the cusp of that level 3 risk, and that level 3 risk in orange, the tornado emergency situation is just west of there. So that's why we want to give you a heads up, not trying to panic you. If that storm holds together, it could affect the metropolitan Memphis area. Now, we don't believe at this point it would be that strong, but this is something we have to watch. And so as Danielle will say, oh, here's another thing, the hail threat. Hail's been incredible with this. Almost 3-inch hail has fallen with this. So that is a big threat. And look, even if it's not producing a tornado and even if it continues east, you need to think about if you have a carport or a garage or anywhere you can get your car under a sturdy structure, if you have access to that, I think it would be a good idea to go ahead and get it under that and leave it there for the night because hail is going to be and is a big threat with these storms. Giant hail that we've seen in central Arkansas tonight. So the hail threat we have raised our threat level with hail because of what is going on in Arkansas. And these storms still have energy to work with. And notice the tornado threat. The yellow is the highest. That's a 10%. Now, that might not seem that high, but anything over 2% is high. And the 5%, the brown color, that's the 5% chance of a tornado within 30 miles of any one point. And notice as you go further east, the chances go down. The green color is a 2% chance. Memphis and Shelby County, DeSoto County, right in the middle of that 5%. Again, a tornado risk within the next several hours. So that's a storm we have to watch carefully, and we will. This thing is nasty. And we also will be continuing to provide updates for you throughout the evening. Our CW30 broadcast begins here in less than a half an hour, so we'll be all over that. Of course, ABC 24 News right now at 10 o'clock follows that, and you can always stay with us here on our Facebook page, YouTube, our website, abc24.com. And if you don't have our app, now is a really good time to download it, ABC24. So just know that we're here, we're watching it, and we will keep you updated as this mega superstorm with a tornado emergency in Arkansas moves east. We'll keep you updated. We're watching out for you and invite you to join us for our newscast at 9 on